Welcome, and
catch 'em all.
Pokepocalypse. Yes, you're joining us for another Pokepocalypse. This time we're going to talk about Generation 4, Pearl and Diamond. And Platinum. Of course, this was another generation I did not play, so a lot of this is going to be just James talking, me nodding. If you've seen our Soul Cyber conference videos, it's going to be the opposite.
Which I know you guys are going to complain because that one's least educational, and this one is, you'd hear my dumb voice.
No, they're both educational, just different types of education.
Yes, Pokemon's awesome.
Pokepocalypse. Alright, so, carrying on here.
Alright, I'm going to talk mainly about Platinum, because not only do I play that one more, but it's the better one. I mean, when they connect the game, obviously with Yellow, Crystal, Emerald, Platinum, obviously they purposely are like, oh, you want an awesome Pokemon game? Here, we'll give this one that's so close to being awesome, but you have to wait until we make the one that's even better.
Actually good.
It's like, okay, thanks, you guys are dicks. But seriously, this Pearl and Diamond were a very big letdown to me because they just did a lot of things wrong, in my opinion.
Okay. Well, so let's start with that.
We'll start with that. Let's see. First thing they did wrong was and they started doing this thing where you could, based on Pokemon they have now, you could get what's called, obviously, the regular Pokedex.
Yes.
And it can hold a certain amount of number. Once you've seen, you don't have to catch all of them, obviously. Once you have seen and gotten the data on all the Pokemon, you then can get, talk to the professor and he can give you the, or she, depending on what version, the professor can give you what's called the National Pokedex, which allows you to catch or see every single Pokemon that it's made up to that point. And
okay, does that include legendaries? You have to get all the new legendaries before you can see any of those guys.
Platinum and Pearl, it was 150. 150 you had to see, and then you can get the National Pokedex. The problem with that is, by doing the 150 and doing the handful of old Pokemon they did have in there, you literally could not even see or catch all the new Pokemon, which is very strange to me. You can get they just made 2 new evolutions, or whatever we call them. Evolutions, man. With Leafeon and Glaceon. I was super excited about that. They looked awesome. I wanted to use them. I mean, some of my favorite Pokemon in the past have been the evolutions. Yeah. You can't get them until you beat the game and got the National Pokedex, because you cannot get the National Pokedex until you beat the game.
Well, they're considered part of the National Pokedex, not the regular one.
I was like, okay, that is the dumbest thing ever. Also, when you get to you get to a city, the Ghost Lady City, in the original one, Pearl and Diamond, she wouldn't fight you right away. She's like, nope, gotta get stronger. So she was actually the 5th gym leader. You had to continue on and fight 2 more gym leaders and then come back to her, like they did in the previous version with your father and Ruby and Sapphire. Okay. The problem with that, of course, is you've beaten everyone. You have to go back to fight her, and you literally have to fight, like, her Pokemon in the mid to high 30s as the 5th gym leader. And, well, just mid 30s, I guess. So all the Pokemon in the area are level 20s.
Oh, so you can't even grind.
You can't even grind to get them leveled up. So I was like, okay, this is really annoying, because after you get the 5th badge is when you can get Surf, and that's when you can go on to new and better places to make your Pokemon stronger. So, I mean, obviously it was still a good game. I really did enjoy it, but they definitely fixed both those things in Platinum. Very good. Platinum, you have to get 210. You have to see 210 Pokemon, so they upped it by 60, allowing you to look at every new Pokemon, plus a bunch of old ones as well. Okay. They made her, the Ghost Lady, the 3rd gym leader instead of the 5th. Which, again, so you're just passing through. They make it so you cannot continue out of the city until you beat her, though. Which makes it, again, grinding kind of hard, but at least your Pokemon are closer to the level of the Pokemon around you.
Yeah. So, let's tarotine it back. So, in the beginning, who are you and who's your rival?
All right, you can start as a boy or girl.
Okay.
Are you a boy or girl?
I am a boy or girl.
The girl is Dawn from the animated series, which is obviously she doesn't have really any characteristics like her, except for the fact that she looks exactly like her. Obviously your character never really says anything. When you're asked a question, your guy moves, and they go, "Oh, so that's what you think on this," or you say yes or no or something like that. I mean, your guy actually doesn't say a thing. Yeah. So
he's got Link syndrome.
Yes, exactly.
Or Mario and Paper Mario, just as a
wahoo. Anyways, and so once you choose, let's say if you're the guy, then the girl is the assistant to the professor.
Oh, so there's not your rival?
No, your rival is your best friend. He's a very energetic kid.
He for both male and female?
Yeah, he's not a guy. He's very energetic and very crazy, and he runs into you all the time, like legit, like bumps in, whatever, blah blah blah. He's really obsessed with time.
On the dick scale, is he closer to Gary or closer to the glasses guy of Gen 5?
Way closer to the glasses guy. I mean,
Okay.
No. He's loads of fun. He's obviously your best friend. Like he's not a dick in any way. He's like I said, he's obsessed with time. So he's always trying to get places in a hurry. And he makes comments like, "Hey, if you're late, I'm gonna find you $1 million." And he runs off. Like, oh, okay. You ain't gonna find me jack squat. Because the game's programmed that as soon as I get there, it's on time. What? Anyways, so he's super excited. You live near one of the lakes. There are 3 lakes in the game that each are home to one of the legendary Pokemon. The 3 that are actually very similar. Don't ask me the names. Anyways, and so he wants to go there, but first he wants to run over and get a Pokemon from the professor, which is in the neighboring town. So right before you can walk through the grass, though, the professor yells at you, and he explains, that's kind of reckless. What the heck are you doing?
Yeah.
You don't have a Pokemon. That's dangerous. Dun 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 dun.
Okay, this is what kid? No, this is Penguin.
Yes, the penguin. Piplup.
Piplup.
Chimchar and Turtwig.
That's even a cute name for a penguin.
Piplup. Anyways, Piplup is adorable. Chimchar is the fire, obviously, and Turtwig is the grass.
So which is the one that Ash catches in the anime?
Ash gets Chimchar and Turtwig.
Lame. Who gets the Piplup?
Dawn.
Oh, that's my new favorite character. Keep going.
Again, an interesting aspect. Dawn was the first female companion of Ash's that acted like a girl. The other ones were tomboys, Misty, May. Dawn was obsessed with her parents and refused to let them look at her when she woke up in the morning because her hair would be all mess and so on. Things like that.
I'm not very interested in this anime. JoJo's been keeping up with it, right?
Yeah.
JoJo, after you watch this, I actually want you to make a video response talking about Dawn in the anime versus Dawn in the game and which one you like better and why.
Well, there's no real character for the game. Maybe you should ask him which one he likes better, Dawn, May, or Misty.
Ooh, that's a really good one.
Boom! Anyways, back on story. I started with Piplup because, again, I'm the water guy. I literally start with the water each time. I will start with the Wizard Frog in Gen 6. Regardless if he looks dumb or not.
You're a wizard, Toady.
You said Froggy last time. I feel like a failure. Anyways. And obviously your rival, your friend, will choose Turtwig in this case because he chooses the one that's super effective. And then the Chimchar will actually go to the assistant. So,
Fire Monkey is Chimchar.
yes.
What's the
Turtwig.
Oh, he's the rock turtle, or grass turtle.
He's a grass turtle. He evolves into a grass ground, which is actually pretty sweet. Chimchar goes to firefighting, which was done last time and the time after that, so it's way overused. And Piplup becomes a water steel, which I'm going to point this out right now, is a horrible combination. I hated it, and he's a penguin. Why would he not be water ice?
That makes a lot more sense.
Anyways.
They probably wanted more steel Pokemon.
Nerd rage. Any Dagway. First he asked...
Oh, okay. Does Ocelot get a second type?
No, he stays water.
What? Why didn't he get a second time?
Anyways. The professor will ask you a couple of questions. You pretty much have to answer it through BS, do you love Pokemon? Of course I love Pokemon. Oh, Pokemon are awesome. Yeah, we care about Pokemon. You can totally be a total dick about it and be like, yeah, screw Pokemon. But your friend will be like, nah, he's just kid. So either way, yeah, I tried that. Either way, he'll believe that you love Pokemon. He'll let you choose, and then you choose, and so on. You go, you explore the lake, but obviously you don't have surf yet, so you can't really do much. You continue on your mission. Once you get to the next town, you actually talk to the professor again, and he gives you the Pokedex and everything, and says, hey, you want to do this research for me, like all the other ones. You go back, tell your mom, she gives you the running shoes, and there your adventure is set.
There you go.
The first gym leader is actually the son of the 6th gym leader.
Oh.
He is a rock gym leader. He is just like every other rock gym leader. Just seriously, he has 2 very old Pokemon, and Geodude and Onix.
I was gonna say. Oh, wow.
And he also has the new fossil Pokemon you can get, the Hammerhead. He's actually pretty cool Pokemon. He's definitely tough, but not too tough. I mean, especially when you start with Piplup or, In fact, Chimchar evolves level 14, and considering his Pokemon are 12s and 14, if you want it, you can get his evolved form, which is a fire fighting, which learns a fighting attack right away, which is super effective. So honestly, whoever you start with, you could easily beat this guy. That's one thing that did interest to me. Everyone evolves at a different time. Chimchar evolves at 14, Piplup at 16, and Turtwig at 18.
Oh, why they divide it up like that?
I don't know. And the original, obviously, all of them 16. The next one, total out of all to 18. Everyone else is 16. The one after that, all were 16. And obviously, this one, they were all different. And then Gen 5, they're all level 17. So, man, they're just being all crazy like that.
Interesting.
Anywho.
Yeah.
You beat him, you continue on. The second gym leader is a grass gym leader. Interesting thing, she has a Turtwig on her team. She's the first gym leader to have one of the starting Pokemon.
That's pretty cool. Why don't they all do that? That kind of makes sense.
Originally, they wanted to make the starting Pokemon really unique. And slowly by slowly, they've been throwing other trainers you'll randomly run into who have also same Pokemon or...
Okay, yeah, that'd make more sense, because, like, if this was real life, and there's only 3 of these Pokemon left in the world, Professor's like, oh, let me give it to this 10-year-old kid.
Yeah, really.
Endangered species, here you go, kid. Make sure it kills lots of things. Endangers itself.
And stuff. Anyways, yeah. She's, again, not too difficult, even with Floppies. By that time, you'd have someone to help you. The story so far is lots of fun. You meet different people. You got to fight against Team Galactic, who tend to have more bug Pokemon. I want to say they have random
So what's Team Galactic's deal?
They are galactic. They steal Pokemon. There's almost like Team Rocket, almost really. They're like a mixture of Team Rocket and Team Magma / Team Aqua from the Gen 3 saga, in the sense that they want to take over the world. They want to, they steal Pokemon, and they make the mistake by awakening a legendary Pokemon, which you have to defeat and or catch.
To unite all peoples within a nation? To not set evils of truth and love?
I'm not singing this song with you, Jamin.
Send it to reach the stars above. Team Rocket. That's off at the speed of light.
I was waiting for you to say Jesse so I could say James because it's my name. But
so anyway. Now, and we're prepared to fight.
Okay, we're going to stop there before he continues. Yeah, so just going to the story is pretty sweet. I kind of like it. This one they gave us a very interesting concept because one of the legendary Pokemon you can't catch through regular gameplay is considered it's the god of the Pokemon. There's different translations through the legend you can find in the game. Because you can read different books at a library, you can look at the statues, you can look at all the different things happen through the animated as well. But he's considered the one who created the region that you're in now. He created it. And the 2 Pokemon in front of the cover, Diamond and Pearl, created time and space.
Okay.
And then the one in the front of Platinum is considered to be he is the Pokemon that rules the other world, which can also be translated into the underworld. I think
so like the Pokemon God of Death?
Pretty much. It's translated to like the distorted world. Again, and there's that big Pokemon thing about how he has 6 legs, 6 horns, 6 spikes, and then his other form when he's like in his wing, his like dragon more. Like
wing dragon.
Instead of 6 legs, he has 6 wings. So 666, 666, and 666. So I mean, he's 666 and everything. Just the big conspiracy about that. I think it's very interesting. But yeah. Anyways, 3rd gym leader. Again, in Platinum, it's the Ghost Lady. Yeah, she's a pain. But, I mean, none of the gym leaders I remember I had too much difficulty with. A few of them I had to go back and try again. But, yeah, they weren't as forgettable as the Johto League region of gym leaders. But they weren't as classic and awesome as the original. But again, they probably just because they were the original.
Now, real quickly, we'll do what we did last time for this one. We'll stop it and start it back up again. That makes sure we don't run out of tape while we're talking about this. So, just 1 second, y'all. And we're back. Wow, that didn't take very long, did it?
No, not at all. Like, it was a few seconds. Like, you clicked it off and back on or something like that.
Yeah, crazy. So, carrying on.
4th gym leader. She is a fighting type. Whatcha? She has his Lucario. You remember him from that one episode of Pokemon we watched?
Yeah, he's got spikes on the back of his hand. That way, spikes only hurts when you B-slaps you. Yeah.
Exactly. Now, Lucario! Yeah, why they have like a chick do her its voice? I mean, Lucario looks like a BA, and then all of a sudden it's it's like, yeah, screw you.
Lucario!
Anyway.
It's me, Lucario.
Wahoo! Wah! Wah! Not doing that again. Alright.
Always thought that was a legendary Pokemon. I don't know why. Shows how much I know. So carrying on.
They kind of make him seem like a legendary Pokemon. In fact, he's the main character of one of the movies.
That's probably why.
Anyway.
The Mystery of Lucario, or The Legend of Lucario, or something like that, right?
Actually called The Mystery of Mew, and he was the main character in it because he helped with The Mystery of Mew.
Oh, I did not know that.
Good job, bro. Anyways.
I know my Pokemons.
Heck, I probably tangentially. It's very possible that I just mixed all the names up like I did with the Power Rangers. But
Power Rangers lost in space. All right, but moving past that.
We've come to accept that. Her gym was really stupid. I mean, like some of the gyms were interesting and somewhat forgettable, but her gym was dumb. You just had to move punching bags out of the way, and once you push, you can push them and knock over a bunch of tires, which lets you get past the next section or whatever. I think it's dumb. Anyways, once you beat her butt, her city is the one where you can start buying like Fire Blast, Thunder, and all of them. So it's a really decent time. There's actually a galactic headquarters there. You don't break into it just quite yet, but you do fight a couple Team Galactic people. And in fact, this is where you get a double team battle with the professor's assistant. So the character you don't choose to be. Yeah, pretty cool. And also, interesting aspect here, they introduced something in Pearl, Diamond, and Platinum. It's like the Poke Watch or whatever, which will be on your bottom screen as you're playing. And you can get different apps for it throughout the game. And it can be a clock, like an actual, tick, tick, tick clock. It can be a military time clock. It can be, once you get to the daycare, they give you a daycare one. So you look at the Pokemon that you have at the daycare. You can one that just looks at your party.
This is sounding way cooler than the stupid little Geo system they have for 5.
Yeah, it is. I do like the one they have in 4 way better. But you can look at your party. You can go for one when you get the item finder. You use that as the item finder. There's a calculator you can get. I mean, there's all sorts of things. It's pretty legit.
Sounds kind of cool. So, why didn't 5 have this? I don't know.
I don't know either. Again, 5 went downhill in my opinion because the game.
We'll get there when we get to 5.
Yeah. Anyways,
yes.
They also introduced in Platinum a secret agent. I feel horrible by it. I'm pretty sure his name's like Lookouter, but the Looker. I think he calls himself the Looker or whatever. I'm looking at you. No. Anyways, and he helps you take down. Girl. He doesn't have any Pokemon or anything. He's like a legit detective, but he helps you take down Team Galactic, and he actually helps you find items and so on throughout the game. So he shows up randomly. He's pretty cool. But the next gym leader is a water gym leader. It's kind of funny because in Platinum you get Surf after beating him. And it's like, why could I have had that before this gym? Because you have to raise the water levels up and down to get to him.
Yeah.
He's also pretty tough. They have like this water weasel Pokemon that they introduced in this game. He has the last stage as his main guy. He also has Quagsire, which is water ground. So if you have a grass, it's pretty easy. But besides that, he's a pain in the butt.
I believe it.
And Gyarados is always a tough one. So he's got a good team. So once you defeat him, you surf off to the island where the first gym leader's father, the Steel gym leader's at. He's pretty weak. I mean, his last guy is the second stage of the other fossil Pokemon. The other one from what, it is known as the Shield of the two, and the other one's known as the, spear, or hammer, I guess it's a hammerhead. But anyways.
Okay. I thought fossil Pokemon were super rare.
They are, but recently they've been making gym leaders, or in the last one, the Champ have them. Yeah, it's what it is. In this game, the way you get fossils and some of the stones is actually you get this underground toolkit, is what it's called. You literally go underground, and there's a completely different world, different map. You don't use your Pokemon for anything. You can go around and you can dig and find things. You can set up a secret base, and you can get like little traps and stuff to secure your base.
Is this as cool as it sounds?
It is pretty cool, but if you don't do Wi-Fi or if you don't have any friends in the area, it's completely pointless and stupid unless you want to find the fossils. You can, if you like, Josiah and I did it one time where we both went randomly and set up our own base secretly. You go and find a spot you want to set up your base. You set up traps, and then you can set up a flag, and you play like capture the flag almost. And I'll quickly go and try to get his, and you'll try to get mine.
That sounds kind of cute.
Yeah, but again, it's one of those things that unless you have the Wi-Fi or a whole bunch of friends in the area, it's kind of pointless.
It sounds like something that was made for Japanese kids that live a lot in very close proximity.
Yeah,
sounds like something kids would do on the playground when they're at school or something.
Woo! Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so you
or more realistically, the kids at college in between classes when they get together.
Yeah, really. There's a bunch of random things that are going on that happen during that time. There's a library there we can go. After you beat the 6th gym leader, well, before that you have to go to Iron Island, where it's a good place to pump up your guys. I mean, that at least this place gives you one that has a bunch of wild Pokemon that are your level, and you can easily pump your guys up. That's where you team up with some person who ends up having Lucario, and once you help them clear the cave out of Team Galactic, it'll offer you the egg. You can take it. Eventually, it hatches the little guy who then evolves to Lucario.
Lucario's an egg.
No, his lower stage.
Oh, yeah, I'm saying, like, is that the only way we can get him?
Yeah, in the game, yeah, unless you get a trade or something. You can't catch him in the wild or anything like that. Yep. Sure. After you beat the gym leader, your rival's there, or your friend or whatever, you fought him a couple times. In fact, you've already fought him before you get to the gym in that same city. But the professor and the assistant are at the library. You go there, you talk to him, and breaking news happens. Team Galactic attacks each and every single one of the lakes and the legendary Pokemon that are there. And so the three of you split up and go to the lakes. You're the only one who actually wins at your lake. You then have to go and help out the professor and the assistant back at the lake that's next to your hometown.
Okay.
You go and you do that, and then you got to continue on through your mission to go up and help out your friend and clear out Team Galactic from there. You beat the 7th gym leader, who is Ice. Yeah, she's pretty tough. She has there's a new Pokemon they introduced who's like an abominable snowman practically. He's pretty cool. He's a grass ice, which is an interesting concept. Obviously, fire just
burns through it. Yeah. And 4.
Pathetic. But he's a pretty strong Pokemon. I have my team one. He's pretty good. The gym set up sort of like the ice gym of the Gen 2 saga, so it was still pretty cool. You have to slide around, get to the perfect angle to push yourself up towards the gym leader. And then you have to go through this cave, all the way up to the top of it, the very top, where you're trying to stop Team Galactic from their evil plan. And they're trying to awaken the 2 Pokemon from Diamond and Pearl, and depending on what version you have is the one they awaken. But in this one, they try to awaken both, which pisses off the actual Pokemon on the cover of Platinum, one of the underworld, and he sucks after you fight everyone. Everyone's already fought. He sucks everyone into his distort world, I guess is how it's pronounced, or how it's translated. Yeah. And it's really cool because like the 3D effects, you're walking and you actually go to the next platform and it's up here, and whoop, you're upside down, you're walking. And you need waterfall here. Yeah. Or you don't need waterfall. There's a waterfall you go over. But because you don't need it, it's because you go to it like this, and you actually go up it, down it. I don't know. You go down, which is actually up it, and you go, and everything's all backwards. It's all distorted, which is why the name of the world. It's super cool. It's like a maze, or not a maze. It's like a puzzle, and it is. There's a point where you have to use strength and you push a certain rock into certain holes. And then the 3 legendary Pokemon from the lakes are there to help you out. They make it super easy, but then again, it's kind of made for kids. Shut up! I want my adult Pokemons. And I don't mean in like a creepy way like that. I just mean like legit, like. Anyways,
Pokemon boobs.
Gosh darn you, internets. Anyways, once you get there, you fight with the leader of the Galactic again. He's doing his monologue and crap, and then you have to fight the Pokemon. You can either catch or knock it out. I always catch it. And then boom, you get sucked back out of the world after that happens, and Team Galactic is defeated. And you can move on and continue your quest and beat the 8th gym leader, who is a very emo-like man. He's very depressed, he's upset. You run into one of the Elite 4 members there. Oh. And he's like, hey, you look like a hot shot trainer, you look tough. Do me a favor, go beat the 8th gym leader. He's having a problem because he's literally destroying the competition. No one's even challenging him, and so he's getting tired. You go to the lighthouse there, you talk to him, he's like, fine. He's actually looking at a telescope at the Pokemon League. And he's like, you want to challenge me? Fine, whatever. After I wipe the floor with you, I'm going to go take on the Pokemon League to see if I can get some excitement. You go and you fight him. He's an electric gym leader. For whatever stupid reason, in Pearl and Diamond, the dude has like 2-3 electric Pokemon, a water, and a normal. It was like, this, what? What? But in this one, they fix it. They give him all electric, but they give him like electric variants of the certain types and different type of electric. Like, well, this one's super fast, this one's super strong. His main Pokemon is the new evolved form of Electabuzz.
Oh, Electabuzz evolved form?
Yeah, they give him Electabuzz and Magmar both get an evolved form in this version.
I thought they had babies.
They did that in Gen 2.
Oh, Gen 2 gave babies and Gen 4 gave evolved forms. So Electabuzz and Magmar are now full 3 generation. Oh wow.
Yep. They made a whole bunch of new either evolved form or lower stages in this gen, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah.
We were saying before, like, just a Pokemon that has no evolved form whatsoever always seems less attractive than one that does.
Yeah, obviously, for me, my top 10 list, Skarmory and Absol, I absolutely love them. But I kind of, want them to have at least a lower stage, you know, just kind of add to them a little bit. But I'm very satisfied with them because they're awesome. Anyways, once you beat him, he starts laughing and he goes, "You've reignited my spark, my love for the battle." So he decides to stay there and continue being the gym leader. And he gets down to Elite Four.
Disappointment.
They were pretty good. They were pretty good. Eventually, you obviously get to the gym leader or the Elite Four you run into before. He's the fire guy. I'm trying to remember what order they go in, like who's who has what. The champ is a girl that you run into a lot throughout the game. She is obviously, there's no type. She just has a bunch of random.
I'm your rival.
My rival? They haven't had your rival actually win the Pokemon League since Gary.
Really?
He was the champ literally for 5 seconds before you get there and like, guess what, champ? I'm the new champ. Suck it. So yeah, that is literally the only time your rival actually wins it all. But again, though your rival in this one, the energetic friend, his goal is to be the best trainer. He wasn't too interested in being the Pokemon League. He had different goals, if you will. Of course, that was probably the long-term goal was to do that, but that wasn't necessarily the path he was going through. Yeah. The Elite Four weren't disappointing. Like I said, a few of them were easier than you'd think, but ultimately the champ, she was super hard. Her Pokemon super strong. All her Pokemon, were like in the 60s.
Okay.
My guys always were in the 40s something. I always go way too soon, but I always beat her. By that time, I have like 2 or 3 in the 50s, but it's just like, shut up, Gary. Items definitely helped me a crap load in that, and just. But since I raised them all from a little bitty baby, they're all super strong, even though they're 10 levels lower usually. By the time I get to where all my guys are usually about 10 levels. Yeah, actually, yeah, it's almost exact about 10 levels. So as long as they can endure one hit, I'm pretty good.
There you go. So to wrap this all up, let's talk about first, who is your 6? Like if you were to make a team right now from that generation, who would they be?
I think. I know when I first played Pearl, my original team was Apollyon, obviously the water. Although I hate the water steel because one Elite Fours is ground, and one Earthquake takes him out because steel is super effective. It's super effective against steel. So it's like, wow, my water, who's supposed to be my biggest asset against a ground type, is worthless. So that made me mad. But yeah, he's still awesome. I had him. The bird in this generation, Staraptor's last stage, it actually learns a super awesome fighting attack that's super powerful, 140 damage. But it lowers the special attack, so it's like Overheat in Gen 3. But he's still super good. Luxray, which was a little cute little like electric cat Pokemon you can get. Yeah. He has 2 more evolved forms, and Luxray's the last stage. He's good. I like him. Roserade. Roserade is the evolved form of a grass Pokemon that introduced into Gen 3. Mm-hmm. And in Gen 4, they gave it a lower stage and an evolved form.
Oh, wow.
And I caught the lower stage, and I was like, you know what? They gave it. I never had the other one because of the fact that it never evolved. It had no lower stage. So I'm gonna take Badoo, which is the new lower stage, and I'm gonna do this. Why not?
Raise it from
let's see how awesome it is. And it is a good grass type. I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty good. So and then again, I went back. I had Rapidash on my team. I found a Ponyta, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm doing this. Rapidash is pretty good. And then I also had Medicham, which is Medicham, yeah, it was the Meta Knight Medicham. They're a psychic fighting type that was introduced in Gen 3 as well. So if you notice, like I said, Apom, Absol, Skarmory, all the Pokemon I liked, I didn't really like them until after the generation. I didn't like them in their generation when they were new, which is what I did here. One of the things they did was there's a ground dragon Pokemon. It's a land shark. And you couldn't catch him until after you got strength, which is after beating the, I want to say, 6th gym leader. So then you had to go all the way back to the cave. That he's in, and by that time you guys are in your 30s, and he's level like 16. So it's like, I don't know if I want to do this. Yeah. In Platinum, they fixed that. Oh. You don't need strength to get into that part of the cave. You need strength to continue on, but the part to catch him, you don't need him.
Okay, that's smart.
Yeah, need it. I mean, so that would take place. I want to say after beating the 2nd gym. So your Pokemon are still obviously a higher level, but because of that, that guy Garchomp is definitely one of my favorites to get in that game. So definitely Garchomp, Staraptor, because of that. I'm going to just go with the new Pokemon from this generation, just because it makes it easier. Yeah. Luxray, as I said, great electric Pokemon. I really enjoyed having him. Napoleon, or whatever we call him. Napoleon, yes, Napoleon. No, Piplup, we'll go with that. Yeah. The water, though I hate the last stage, he's still a good Pokemon outside of that big default right there. But he's a good Pokemon. I don't know, he's a good Pokemon. I think Gliscor, which is Gligar, who was introduced in the second gen. They gave him a new evolve form, and Gliscor was actually pretty awesome. He's a ground flying. He goes from poison flying to a ground flying. It changes from that when they evolves. But isn't that right? He's a good ground poison. I want to say he's ground flying, but he could be ground poison. I don't know. Either way, he's pretty
ground flying. Seems almost like an oxymoron.
Well, yeah, but they make a fire. They made an ice grass.
True.
They're making a psychic dark.
True.
But again, I can't remember. He's a ground flying or ground poison. Either way, he's pretty awesome. You can catch Gliscor in the same area you can catch the shark Pokemon. Oh. The Gibble, which is the first stage. In fact, the grass leading up to the cave is where you find them. So you can get both at the same time. It's pretty convenient.
There you go.
Let's see. Who would I choose as my last one? They definitely had some pretty good Pokemon in this one. One of the Eevees. Honestly, either Leafeon or Glaceon, depending on how your team's shaped. You need an ice or grass more, but they're both really awesome. Honestly, they have introduced a new Eevee, and I expect big things from this fairy type because every single one of the Eevees I actually absolutely love.
I love Eevee too.
Freaking awesome.
I do too. Yeah. All right, so to finish this up, our last thing will be, what's the one biggest improvement in this game or previous versions, and what's the one biggest needs improvement from this generation?
Good one. Biggest improvement, obviously, just the graphics and everything, because it went from the Game Boy Advance to the DS. All the things they were able to do with the DS. I mean, the fact that the DS allows you to do more things. They went and did some of those things. I wish they did more of it, but Gen 6 is probably doing that.
Lord Willie?
Lord William. And also they made the gameplay longer. As I said, the biggest complaint with Gen 3 is the fact that it seems like a downgrade from Crystal, and it was too short.
It'd be like 14 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm already almost 14 hours into Black, and I haven't even beat the 4th gym layer yet.
Yeah, so it's super short. One thing that they were lacking, you were asking?
Yes.
I wish
one big needs improvement.
Needed improvement. Well, everything they needed improvement, I think they did improve with Platinum itself. Like I said, I had a big complaint with a handful of things from Pearl and Diamond, but they fixed most of them with Platinum. I say all around it was a good version. It was loads of fun. I mean, obviously, like I said, if they remake Gen 3, that might actually be my favorite of all of them, just because I did enjoy beating Gen 3 a lot, even though it was lacking a lot. My favorite version so far is Crystal, but this is, like, in no means is it a downgrade or worse than the other ones. It's kept par with the rest of it.
There you go. Well, thank you very much for joining us on this Pokepocalypse. Hopefully we'll be able to get through Black before you go home, and then after that, hopefully with Josiah, we can continue to make more of these, including what we hope to see from Generation 6. And so, until next time, thank you. Love you. Bye-bye.
Make sure you catch them all.